Good afternoon, this is Dr. Mueller. I'd like to do a quick demonstration on regression analysis, this week's assignment. You'd go up here to Analyze, then hit Regression, and then go down to Linear. Okay, this test today, we're using our SPSS test data off our ASU Learn site. What I want to do today is I moved Unisum. This was an involvement scale, all summed together, as a dependent variable. And then as independent variables, again, these independent variables are the ones that we're going to look at to ask, are they predictors of this dependent variable? So I moved into this side, average hours, nutrition, and number of events. So what we're going to ask ourselves in this test is looking at all the data we have, and we're looking at this group of runners, are the average hours they invest per week, their commitment to nutrition, and or the number of events a year predictors of their involvement in the sport. Okay, so as we go through these, we don't have to set a lot of these custom settings here, but under save, I think that's okay. Under options, make sure we have exclude cases pairwise. Okay. Then we just go okay, and we'll run the test. Okay, and we'll take a look at it. Here's some things we can talk about. First of all, look at the R. This R score here tells us really what is the correlation among the variables, how well they work together. Just so you know, roughly a 0.2 is a low correlation, a 0.4 is a medium correlation, a 0.6 or better would be a higher correlation. So you can tell me what kind of correlation do we have here among the variables that we tested. Next, we look at our square. This tells us the amount of variance collected in the test. So we read this as a percentage. So as we look at the R square, 0.05, you can tell me and when you report it, is that a very low or an adequate or a high amount of variance collected in the test? Okay. The next thing we look at is what we've done in a lot of other tests is significance. Is the test significant? I will tell you this right away. A test can prove significant and there may not be a lot of variance collected, so just keep that in mind. But again, under the ANOVA box, then we look over here under significance, and again, anything less than a 0.05 is significant. So you can tell me among this test we ran, is there significance? Okay. Then the last thing we take a look at are these variables we looked at, these independent variables. Let's look at how they work as predictors of involvement. Move over to the standardized coefficients box here with beta and look down. Basically, by the numbers and rankings, we can tell the power of the variable. So you can tell me a number of events, this number, nutrition, this number, average hours, this number. Which is the most powerful predictor, second most powerful, and third most powerful? You can tell me that by the numbers. And then the last thing we look at again is another significance. This is the significance of each variable. So as we go across to average hours, nutrition, or number of events, we look at significance. Again, anything less than 0.05, if we get that here, then that variable becomes a unique predictor, a unique significant predictor of involvement. So again, we can look here, of these three, do any of them have a less than 0.05 significance? If so, we'd report them as uniquely significant. Okay, that would mean they could stand alone in the test as an independent predictor. So again, out of this, when we look through this quickly, you should be able to tell me, was the test significant? What kind of correlation did we have among the variables tested? What kind of variance was collected overall in the test? What kind of variance did we collect in the test? And then down here, among the independent predictors, which ones were most powerful? What's the ranking of these as predictors? And then were any of them uniquely significant? So I hope that helps you. This is a quick walk through how the test will look on SPSS. There are other written descriptions and other details of the assignment also posted on our ASU Learn page. Thank you very much.